Welcome to Vibrant Living Conversations. I'm your host, Gemma Putty. As a life coach to midlife women, I'm excited to bring you tools, tips, and local experts to help you ditch the autopilot living by stepping into your true power, who you are, what matters to you, and how you want to dance through this life, root to crown. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the podcast. I am excited today to talk about my life coaching theory compared to my cleaning out your closet theory. This came up for me. It was back when I was doing interview number 9 with my friend Emily Krasnicki, who is a personal stylist and closet organizing cleaning guru. And she came over and cleaned out my closet, and it just gave me this aha and this reflection of cleaning out your closet as an analogy for life coaching and diving into your life, looking at all of the pieces and seeing what needs to be in there and what doesn't need to be in there. So Emily came over. First of all, I was so resistant to this process. I had asked her if I could interview her because I knew she did personal styling, and I know that she supported women in really finding closets and having clothes that really just honored their bodies, who they really were, and what was important to them in their life and who they were, and I loved it. So I asked her if I could interview her, and then she asked if she could come over and clean my closet. And I had some resistance there. It was an interesting thing thinking of someone coming into my closet and looking at my style. I was thinking judging my style. Emily doesn't do that. She's lovely, but judging my style, questioning what's in there, and kind of in the piece of making me pull it all out and face what was in there. So that I find too in resistance with people doing personal growth and changing habits is the step 1 is acknowledging that there's a problem and asking for help. There's this resistance because we don't want to face some of the things that are going on in either our closets or our life. We don't even want to think about it so that it can just stay neatly in the bottom corner behind the shoes where you never actually have to deal with it, right? So when she came over to my house, she pulled everything out of the closet, everything, and put it all on the bed. So we could see all of the items of clothing, of shoes, accessories for me that were in my closet in a big hot mess for the most part, and pulled them out on the bed and made me face them. So we went through to start with and looked at items that either didn't serve me anymore, that something maybe I had a pair of, what are those pants? The stretchy ones, that had expanded legs. Oh my gosh, they were from middle school. I still had a pair of them in there because they fit me and they were cozy. And I put them on, was like, get these out of my closet. Why are they still in there? So there was just ahas like that, where those pants, and then it made me face too, what kind of clothes do I have in my closet? Why am I drawn to oversized cardigans? And part of that is because they're super comfortable and cozy. Right now it's snowing outside, and what I want to be doing is wearing a blanket, which I am. But part of it was for me not necessarily having closed a chapter of my life where I wanted to hide my body, where I thought my body was huge and I didn't like her and I didn't want anything to do with her. So I would wear oversized clothing, and not consciously. I really don't believe it was consciously, but it was this survival stability tactic where oversized clothing like really let me feel hidden and secure behind it. So she pointed that out to me. She's like, Gemma, you've got all these clothes that really don't fit you. What's going on here? So I had to face that. And then the pants, I've had a hard time finding pants over the years. So I just had a lot of pants and I didn't really like any of them. So we tried them on and we faced, okay, these are good. These are not good. Take these to the thrift store immediately. And here's an opportunity for us to go and find something that serves your body, that honors your body right now in this chapter of your life. Doesn't serve a past body of mine that I no longer have, or a future idyllic whatever body that I might have, that honors me right now, because you know what? The only moment that we have to live is right now. So living in the past or living in the future in our closet doesn't make any sense, and takes away from us being able to live in the right now, honoring ourselves right now, creating the life that we want right now. Now, you've all heard me talk a lot about feelings too. So I have my 5 feelings that I live my life by, and I use as tools to frame any decision that I make. But I also came up with this, I didn't come up with it. Someone told me about having the feelings for how you want to feel when you get dressed in the morning. How do you want to feel when you get dressed? What kind of clothes really align with you? For me, it was European, chic, glowy, and earthy. Now, you don't have to understand why I came up with those, but I had a lot of fun thinking about it. And some of them are counter to each other, but anyone that knows me knows that earthy with the rocks and the crystals, and I just love all my gemstone jewelry, and the earthy colors also aligns with my desire to be chic and European, because it's my style. And honestly, you don't have to explain that to anyone else, right? But what would excite you in being you? What are the clothes that you're drawn towards? What is the jewelry or accessories that you're drawn towards? How, when you are designing your closet, do you want to feel each day? And it's the same as in your, how do you want to feel in your life every day? If you can get super clear on how you want to feel on any topic, whether it's getting dressed or generally living, or specifically in relationships, you want to feel supported, loved, nurtured, whatever that is for you, getting clear on how you want to feel anchors you into your body. That's the motivating piece. It's the driving piece of anchoring in to what's important to you, and gives you a framework for making your decisions by. So when you go to the store to buy clothes, do they fit this framework, or am I buying it just because it's trendy, because it's cheap, because it matched this one outfit? Knowing how you want to feel helps you align and make decisions that are true to you, the truest form of you, to ditch this autopilot living of in the moment, being pulled by cultural trends or whatever it is, and getting back to the intentionality of what is important to you and how you want to dance through life as you are intentionally designing your life, right? So with Emily, we had all the stuff on the bed. We're trying on clothes. We're talking about nostalgic reasons that I still have this, this, and this. We're looking at things with holes on and being like, how are you allowing space for this in your closet, Gemma? And then even looking at how I was storing things. Like my shoes, very much, I love shoes, love, love, love them, shoved in the bottom of my closet, really couldn't see all of them, and not honoring them. And I think with all things in our life, if we say we love them, we say they're important to us, how do we honor them? How do we honor them in giving them enough space to breathe in our closet, in our life, have enough space for us to be able to utilize them and give them the attention that we are saying is important to us, that we believe is important to us. But until we create that space for the importance to actually be viable, it can't be viable, right? So it was looking at the shoes and thinking, okay, I have kind of a lot, and I still do, and I always will because I love them. But getting rid of the ones that really weren't my favorite, or were a little bit uncomfortable, or I had kind of duplicates of, so I picked my favorite pair. And then it allowed the space for the ones that I do love, so that I can see them, honor them, have a respectful relationship with them, give them each time in my life. So looking at our actual lives in the same way, pulling out the elements of your life, and you can do this in reflection, right? So the first step is to acknowledge there's a problem. The second step is to reflect on what is going on. So reflecting the pieces of your life that are active right now and important to you right now. This can happen over a week, a month, but seeing where's your time going, where's your energy going, where's your thinking going, writing it down on paper, and then giving yourself, it's like laying out the clothes on your bed. Suddenly you have the clarity of where your time and your energy is going, and you can see it from afar as to, wait, I didn't realize I was spending this much time thinking about this. I didn't realize I was spending so much time on this. And then you're able to see from afar what is important, where the clutter is, where you have too many pairs of jeans when you actually need a pair of corduroys or a skirt. You need to do that reflection so you can start to understand how you're living, where things are built up in the corner, stacked up, and just aren't being used. Are they not being used because you have too many of them? Because you're avoiding using them for whatever reason? Because they're shamed, like hidden in the back? What are the reasons for this mess? Once you actually can see what's going on, you can come back to, okay, I'm in this life chapter right now. For me, that is myself with young children and building a business. So with the young children piece, I am honoring and excited that right now they want to spend time with mom. They think I'm cool. So guess what? In my life closet, the time with my kids is pretty big, and I like it that way. I want it to be that way. Knowing that my next life chapter, it's not going to be as big because they're going to be off with their friends, doing sports, whatnot. I don't even know what I'm talking about in that, but that's how I visualize the next chapter being. So knowing that for this life chapter, this is how my life is going to look. There's going to be a bigger section for my kids. There's a bigger section for business development because I am figuring out what I'm doing right here, dancing and getting to work with amazing women and growing that vision for myself and those actions. The chapter for me when I was spending a lot of time with friends or out and about in the town, it's gone. Out and about in the town is pretty much gone. Like I threw all of those shoes in the thrift store rocks. So acknowledging, where am I in life right now? What pieces of life align with that? In my life closet, what clothing aligns with that? Even for me in working out, connecting with my body, flowing my body has always been vital. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But who needs 10 pairs of yoga pants? I've bought some because they were affordable. I've bought others for other various reasons, but pulling them all out in the bed, being like, okay, yes, it is important to me, but it's not. I used to spend an hour a day doing yoga because I was a single female. Now I'm married and have 2 children, so my yoga schedule looks more like 20 to 30 minutes a day. So realizing that the huge section for the yoga pants before maybe made sense, right now it doesn't make as much sense. So releasing some of those yoga pants, that yoga time, opens up the space for more kid time, for more time on the things right now that are important to me in my life chapter. So intentionally living, acknowledging the life chapter you're in, where you're still trying to cling on to past life chapters or plan ahead for future life chapters when you're just not there yet, it doesn't make sense, because we all know that in life, things are full, fun, and fast, but having all of this extra clutter that isn't serving you right now doesn't serve you right now. So it's coming back, getting rid of the pieces that don't serve you, taking them to the thrift store, letting them move on with their chapter of life, letting them move on to serve someone else, releasing them from your energy, from your thoughts, from your actions, releasing them. Get rid of them, and you don't have to even waste a thought on it anymore. And then the next step was to redesign the closet. Basically, we ran up to Target. We got a shoe rack. We got a little set of shelves for the side of the closet, so I could break down the entire side of the closet into smaller chunks. And I even love this piece. Like, where have you tried to categorize like the mess into one group? Like family, All of my family gets this. But really, if we're honest, you can prioritize family. I know I do. There's, there's your parents, there's your immediate family, there's your extended family, there's your partner's extended family, there's long distance relationships, the family that lives out of state, there's the family that might be a little further away, but you really love them and you want them to be a higher priority. So even breaking those buckets down into organized categories where you can easily see, this is the most important to me. Let me address that first, and create smaller spaces, less hierarchy, however works for you to think about, so that you can look at your life, look at your closet, and see that it aligns with what is important to you, how you want to feel, how you want to dance through this life. Does it reflect the woman that you want to be? All of those things can become clear to you once you've done the time to reflect on it, to create the plan. My exercise for you is to sketch this out. I have a lot of clients that love sketching. They've gotten back to it after years of not doing it because somehow after childhood we get away from picking up a pen and paper, drawing implement to sketch. So I would encourage you to sketch out your life closet. After a week, a month of reflecting on all of the pieces that are in your life closet right now, write them down, and then filter what's the most important to you, what's the top 3 important things, and how big of a piece in your closet do they deserve? What are the things that are the lowest ranking? Do they even need to be in there at all? Can you take them to the thrift store? Or can you maybe even throw them in a box on the hidden shelf up top till next season? I have that, right? Like my ski clothes don't live in my actual closet all year round. Put them in a box, put them on the top shelf for next season, so I don't have to see or deal with them until that. They're not taking up any space in my energy on a day-to-day basis because I have put them in a different area. So sketching out your life closet as the woman that you want to be, as what is actually important to you, allows you to have that clarity, to understand who you are, what's important to you, what your needs are, and how you're designing your life. If you look back after you've reflected and suddenly all of your time is going to your job, just scrolling the internet, you can reflect. Maybe that's important to you. Maybe that's where you want all your time to go. But if you're looking at that and being like, oh no, but now there's like my family's down here in the corner where I want them to be top priority in the main body of my closet, you have a reflection there, something that you can say, okay, I could redesign this. I can go get an organizer that will allow these to float to the surface and set boundaries on these things that try to float to the surface even though they do not deserve it. And some of that is mindset work. It's changing the thoughts in your head about what needs to be important, about what deserves space. But it gives you that picture again to work from, to ask yourself the questions, to come to me and let's dance through it together and figure out where you want your energy to be going and how you want to whittle things away and build things up, how you want to create relationships that honor and serve you as well as the other person, how you want to find beautiful jewelry that adorns and lights you up, that lets you live vibrantly every day. So I just have been thinking about this concept of the life closet versus life coaching since I had my closet clean out 2 years ago now, I think it was. And I just love it. I think about it when I get dressed in the morning. I think about it as I am thinking about my life chapter and what's important to me right now. Like right now, my closet is full of V-neck shirts and button-ups. Not really because they align with me as much as they align with the function of my life right now. Right now I'm nursing, and I will be for the next 6 months plus. So after that, I'll dive into my closet and probably get rid of all of them because they're in there for function. Yes, I do like some of them. Some of them do bring me the joy that I'm looking for in getting dressed every morning, but some of them are functional, right? And having that, I know that, But I'm excited for being able to move into the next chapter of being like, all of these clothes are in here to light me up on a daily basis, not just to serve a function. I also want to mention, since I love the chakras and that framework of the chakras in organizing your life closet. So you can even think of each of the shelves in your closet, in your dresser, as a different aspect of the chakras, right? So from the root chakra, that is your stability, your grounding, your making money in the world, your connection to your physical body and what's bringing you joy and connection to her, to the next shelf, which is your emotional intelligence, your emotional capacity, your small pleasures in life, to the next shelf, which is your identity in the world, your confidence, your understanding of who you are in connection to the world and feeling that power in making your own decisions and designing your own life. The next shelf in how you love and are able to be loved. Your throat chakra being your self-expression and how you're creative and how you express yourself and your truths, not other people's truths, but your truths. To then the third eye, your vision for your future, your connection to your intellectual intelligence and your personal growth, and your trusting yourself. And then to your top shelf, which is connected to the oneness of us all. So categorizing your life closet like that, some people like to use the wheel of life, which is like family, friends, career, travel, those kinds of categories. However you choose to do it, realizing that they can't all be equal at the same time. During each chapter of life, they're going to adjust. You're going to need more space for some areas than other areas. And that's life, right? Trying to live in an old chapter where you're trying to have the big adventures and the friends and the small children, it might just be more of a struggle. And maybe not for you. For me, it was more of a struggle. But understanding what is important to you, where you are in your life, how you want to feel, so that you can design your life closet in a way that supports you in glowing every single day, is vital and is so fun. That's how we get to live a vibrant life, is by being intentional with where our time, our energy is going and how we want to feel. So in closing, I recommend that you all find your local personal stylist. If you're in Coeur d'Alene, call Emily, podcast 9. You can reach out to her. She'll come over and help you. Find your life coach. Find someone that is going to hold the space for you to be able to have these reflections and make it fun. You get to design your life. You get to design how you're dancing through life, who you want to be, what you want to radiate to the world. So I hope you had as much fun with this as me. I hope you go and figure out how you want to feel as you get dressed in the morning, as you live out your life, and have some ahas about where your time's going, where your energy is going, and how you can redesign your closet. Send me your sketches if you do it. I would love it so much. And thank you again for joining me. I'll see you next time.
If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me. Let's ditch the autopilot living to slow down, tune in, reset, and redesign your life to glow from the inside out based on the beautiful being who you are, what matters to you, and how you want to dance through this life. I help you understand your self-sabotaging ways, program thinking, and tendencies to outsource your power, and reshape them to align with the true you for this chapter of your life. To join me in a complimentary coaching session, go to my website, www.gemmaputty.com. Sending all the love, light, and vibrancy. Until next time.